What's going on, guys? So obviously, the Doom reveal was finally passed, and I got a good amount of information from various websites that I've been hearing from. So I'll go into detail about what I have on this list of paper that I'm currently holding, and I'm sure you guys already looked up on like IGN or GameSpot to find all the information about these stuff that the game is going to have, but I'm gonna go over them and give you guys some brief thoughts and such. So the new Doom game is gonna have 1080p resolution, 60 FPS, and id Tech 6. So I assume the game was played on a console because let's be honest, why do we need to know this if the game was played on PC? So I guess that's nice to know that the console versions will be running on 1080p and 60 FPS, but I'm not sure about the Xbox One because you know how the Xbox One been having resolution problems or all that nonsense. So they showed some concept arts. Apparently the game has 3 different type of guns: conventional weapons, futuristic weapons, and big weapons. So this is pretty standard fare. I always felt like every Doom game kind of had that, but I guess it's nice to know in a way because maybe there will be more big guns or more futuristic guns if they have some sort of category like this. I mean, I don't really know, but I just think it's nice that they included kind of like how the weapons were in Doom 1 to 3. So QuakeCon there's a playable single player demo, and man, that really sucks, man, because I really wanted to give it a shot. But I hope there will be leaked footage of the game just to see how it looks and all. And speaking of how it looks, I can at least tell you of how the game is played. So apparently the game is gonna have executions. Like one of the guys saw Doom Guy curb stomping demons, and this definitely reminds me of Brutal Doom. And speaking of Brutal Doom, you're going to see a lot of references from the game. For example, melee combat will now be more focused in the game, and I heard it's kind of more based on an execution type of thing, but I would like to see how they are. Another thing is this Doom game is really all about going back to Doom 1 and 2 roots. It's all about speed. There's no health regen. You can carry all weapons, and apparently the game is really gory. I don't know if that's really an old school FPS thing, but yeah, apparently the gore is really extreme in this game, and I just thought I would add that to the statement. I'm almost done with the entire list that I found about the game so far. So the Mancubus is confirmed. I really don't know how he looks, but I hope he looks awesome. The game has double jumping, kind of like in Titanfall. I really don't know how this is going to work, but I think it could be interesting for multiplayer. Oh, I almost forgot. The game will have multiplayer, so multiplayer is confirmed with the single player. It's not going to be a single player only experience like Wolfenstein The New Order was. And last but not least, apparently the game is very, very gory. There was a moment where Doom Guy actually got to use a chainsaw, and one of the guys tweeted, he said the gore action of the chainsaw was really bloody, that he almost kind of wanted to vomit or something like that. I don't know, man. I think it does seem kind of cool. I always feel like the chainsaw should have a bit more gore to it, since it just kind of works, But yeah, that's really all the things that I found about the game. So here are my first impressions. I will admit, this game seems promising so far, and it's pretty much going back to Doom 1 and 2 roots, which is essentially what I wanted for this game to be. And I do kind of like how it is trying to combine all the flavors of every Doom game, like having Doom 3 art style and such. But Brutal Doom. I don't know, man. You guys know I'm not a big Brutal Doom fan, and it does hurt to see it is following a lot of the same footsteps of Brutal Doom. From what I'm seeing, in my head at least, it almost feels like a sequel to the mod. I hope this game isn't gimmicky just like Brutal Doom, because a lot of the Brutal Doom features, it just makes the Doom franchise feel more gimmicky than what it needs to be. That is not a good thing, since I really do believe people forget that Doom was, and I guess is, a fairly serious and gritty franchise. But with that said, I need to actually see the game and want to play it to really judge it. And I do have faith in id, since I do feel like they have learned from their past. I'm not alone on the whole Brutal Doom situation too. Like, there are people that are fairly let down with the whole idea of the influences of that mod, but I hope id can still make Doom feel like a real mature rated title and not make it to a point where it just feels stupidly matured, which is what Brutal Doom is in a nutshell. That is all for the video, and share me your guys' thoughts so far and discuss with me whether you're with my opinion or not.